My name's Ranson Lee. I am 27. About 5'7" is my height. Waking up around like 220, 222 in the morning.
Okay. Now you've done bodybuilding and then powerlifting, but tell us how, and you're going to do both later in the year. Tell us how you did that transition, but going from bodybuilding. First of all, how you got into bodybuilding, and then how you did the transition to powerlifting. So.
Got into bodybuilding after stopping college wrestling. Was about a 140-pound college wrestler back in 2011. Started lifting after season was over and loved it. Started gaining weight with it. Competed the first time that August and just did bodybuilding since. Last year, back in February of 2017, I decided to do my first powerlifting meet just because I wanted to see how strong I could get for bodybuilding, really for off season. And then just decided, saw a poster for a powerlifting meet, decided to compete in it, did way better than expected, and have been powerlifting since.
What are some of your heaviest lifts, bud, just for people out there? So
My best squat is 705 at 198 pounds. My bench is 485 at 198, and my deadlift is 722 at 198.
Okay, and these aren't using shirts or anything like that, right?
It's raw.
Raw, okay. Just for people who are watching, because I do work with a lot of people who are going to be mainly, I have a lot more bodybuilding. So can you explain the difference between raw and for people who don't know as much about powerlifting, bud?
So you have raw lifting and geared lifting. The geared lifting is, using a squat suit, deadlift suit, and like bench shirt. A lot of those guys are able to, squat, 1,000 pounds or more. Bench, 800 something pounds, and their deadlift usually isn't helped as much by the suit. Guys who are doing raw, it's just knee wraps. That's it. No bench shirt, no squat suit, just knee wraps.
I got you. Okay, definitely. And let's go over so you just did a meet. How did you do at your last meet you did, bud?
My last meet, I hit a total of 1868 at 198 pounds. Which puts me number 13 in the entire world at 198 all time. Was shooting for higher than that, but they kind of messed up with loading of plates and stuff. But still hit my best squat there at that meet.
Okay, that's crazy. You said 13th in the world?
13th in the entire world.
That's pretty impressive, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, then. So how did you what kind of drove you to try the powerlifting, bud?
Honestly, coming off from the 2016 Nationals in Miami for bodybuilding, I just wanted to see how strong I could start getting, just to carry over into some off-season, just mass. And then just saw a poster for a powerlifting meet and decided why not? Let's just do it. I wasn't planning on competing on bodybuilding until later that year anyway, and What's up, brother? The last one did.
Yeah, that looked explosive. Like a horse coming out of the stall.
Tearing up your hand?
Yeah, one spot. It's like the weirdest spot that opens up on my hand. It's the only spot that opens. It's not like a callus. It's just like one area that just tears open and then it'll heal up, and then the same little line will end up tearing up again. But I pretty much file my calluses down enough every day that those don't tear off.
You file them down?
Yeah, it's like a pumice stone.
Okay.
There's some other products I've seen other people use that specifically made to file down.
Because otherwise you'll yank and rip the whole thing off.
So
that must fucking suck if you rip it off. Then that would.
Oh, I know a lot of people do. They just don't they don't take care of them.
Does it take a while to heal then if you rip it off? I would think. Yeah, I was gonna say, man. I was like, that would fucking hurt.
And you'll see people meets with super glue and stuff, gluing up their hands.
That's crazy.
In ended up doing so well with the powerlifting, I just decided to kind of keep going on that path for a little while.
Cool. Okay. And you said recently people were commenting about how good you looked, that you should probably jump back into bodybuilding.
So with this past meet, I was getting so lean without dieting at all. I was just eating pretty much pizza and burgers and whatever I wanted to. And I looked like I could pretty much step on stage at any point. And people the past few months said, you need to compete in bodybuilding again. When are you competing? Or I had people actually at my powerlifting meet ask me, how many weeks out are you right now? I was like, from what? I'm like, you're at a bodybuilding show. I'm like, I'm competing tomorrow in powerlifting, which kind of shocked everybody because I was so lean. And then about 2 weeks ago, I was supporting my buddy Josh at a bodybuilding competition, and everyone there was like, you need to compete at nationals. You need to get back on stage just because how good you look right now without trying.
Yeah.
So I will be competing at nationals this year.
So you just have in general, you think you just have a crazy metabolism, pretty much? Or?
Crazy metabolism combined with crazy work ethic in the gym, just busting my ass.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, we were talking about this off camera, Bud, but can you explain a little bit the difference between the training for powerlifting as opposed to training for a bodybuilding show, Bud? And like how it differs?
A lot more explosiveness and just heavier weight in general. Not as much volume as with bodybuilding. Bodybuilding is a lot more sets, a lot more reps. Highest usually go on reps. With powerlifting is with the main lifts at least probably like 8, maybe a little bit more. With accessory work, I'm still hitting 12, 15 reps, but the main lifts it's usually 6 to 8 at most. And just trying to be as strong and explosive as possible.
Now, I had asked you off camera, and you said, yeah, no, it's not because with powerlifting, you're not from a lot of bodybuilders, you're hitting like biceps from every angle and and I was like, well, how do you, and you said you can maintain so you're really not training.
I haven't really lost any size at all. I've stayed pretty much kind of the same size, gained in some areas, lost a little in some. For the most part, I've stayed predominantly the same. Definitely added some density, but it's just doing a lot of variations of squat, bench, and deadlift to help those main movements.
Okay. What's your diet like now, Bud, or compared to what it is now, and what will it be like going into the show?
So I recently just started back, quote unquote, dieting again, just to try and get back into the groove of eating meals constantly throughout the day. Because literally up until about 2 weeks ago, I would eat maybe around 10 o'clock, have a couple slices of pizza from Quick Trip, and a breakfast pizza. Then after that, maybe not have anything else to eat during the day just because of work, and get home, eat pizza, burgers, ice cream, whatever I could just stuff my face with, just to get calories in. But now, since I'll be able to hit more of a kind of a regimen and eating schedule, I'm getting back into eating multiple times a day. Chicken, ground turkey, ground beef, potatoes, the normal type bodybuilding foods to kind of transition into getting my body used to eating volume again.
Okay. And maintaining, so dieting down, but maintaining muscle, but losing what fat you have on.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
essentially.
Okay. Yeah, crazy, man. And when will you be starting the prep for the bodybuilding show then?
That's tentative, but really pretty much around the Olympia weekend.
Okay.
So around mid-September. I was planning on doing a powerlifting meet September 23rd, but my buddy's wedding's there that weekend. So probably first week in September, I think there's a powerlifting meet I'll do. And if I do that, then literally that next weekend, so Olympia weekend, I'd start dieting, which is probably 10 weeks out of nationals.
Okay. Wow, that's but so this, the leanness you're at now, this is just kind of natural.
Yeah, this is
without
not doing anything.
Dieting or
no cardio.
Okay, I was going to ask that too.
dieting.
No cardio then.
No cardio.
Crazy, man. Crazy. Good deal, because a 10-week prep for most, I know people who prep 24 weeks,
I have a lot of friends who have, I've done kind of that myself, but I would say the show I was in one of my best conditions for, I did a 6-week prep, And at 7 weeks, I decided just to kind of jump into the show.
Oh, crazy, man. That's awesome. Yeah. Well, that's cool, man. Definitely. We look forward to following you along there and seeing more about it. If someone wants to contact you or is interested in following along, how's the best way to like watch your Instagram?
Instagram is probably one of the best. At Ranson Lee, Ransonlee. On Facebook as well. Yeah, follow me along on either of those.
Anyone you'd like to thank? Friends, family, trainers, anyone? Or?
There's a ton of people out there to name a bunch, but really just there's a lot of friends that have been supportive of in training and stuff along the years. But mainly just training alone and for a while, and it's just not really anyone specific, but people know who they are.
Good deal, man. So you were when you left high school, you said you were 150 pounds, or?
So actually, my sophomore year of college, when I stopped wrestling, I was 141.
141. That's
crazy. 7 years ago.
And now you're 220.
220.
That's crazy. Crazy genetics, but that's awesome.